Basic appraisal principles, page 446. For example, Samantha lives in a neighborhood of single-family homes that are well-maintained and located on typical suburban lots, 80 feet wide by 160 feet deep. It's typical and acceptable for these property owners to keep 1 to 3 vehicles at their property. However, the property located adjacent Samantha's property has a collection of non-functional vehicles parked in the driveway and the backyard, giving the property the appearance of a junkyard. This may be considered a negative externality for Samantha's property and all other properties that are either adjacent to or have a view of the junkyard property. A single-family home is located across the street from an elementary school and adjacent to a large park with athletic fields frequently used for children's sporting events. A property with these externalities, elementary school and park, may affect the value of the property, either negatively or positively, depending on the market participants. For example, if the market is predominantly composed of families with small children, then the likely effect on value will be an increase. However, if the market is predominantly composed of adults nearing or at retirement age, then these externalities might cause the value of the property to decrease. Other examples of externalities that might affect a property's value either negatively or positively include transportation byways, such as highways, bridges, roads, public services, fire and police, healthcare services, retail services, parks, and so on. Principle of progression. The principle of progression states that an inferior property's value is positively affected when it is surrounded by superior properties. It is closely related to the principle of externalities and conformity in that an inferior property is positively affected when the neighboring properties conform to one another and are superior in quality and condition. For example, a rundown home located among homes of pristine quality and condition will have its value positively affected, on the other hand, as opposed to its being located in a neighborhood of similar rundown homes. Principle of regression. The principle of regression states that a superior property's value is negatively affected when it is surrounded by inferior properties. It is closely related to the principle of externalities and conformity in that a superior property is negatively affected when the neighboring properties do not conform and are inferior in quality and condition. For example, a home of pristine quality and condition located in a neighborhood of rundown homes will have its value negatively affected as opposed to its being located in a neighborhood of similar pristine homes. Page 447, Principle of Anticipation. The principle of anticipation states that a present value is created by anticipated future benefits. It is the premise for the income approach. In the income approach to value, the appraiser develops the present value of a property based on the anticipated future benefits the property will yield over time. In terms of a residential property, anticipation can refer to expected benefits such as home ownership and property tax deductions. Knowing that property values change, an appraiser considers what the future of a property will be and how prospective buyers view its potential. Market trending and analysis statistics are vital to the appraiser's ability to anticipate the future actions of buyers and sellers. Anticipation can help or hurt value depending on what informed buyers and sellers expect to happen to the property in the future. They usually expect property values to increase, but in certain situations, they anticipate that values will decline, as when the community is experiencing a severe recession. The principle is based on the premise that the value of a property today is equal to its future income, discounted to present value. The discounting is based on the assumption that the right to receive $1 in the future is not worth $1 today. It is likely worth less than $1. This concept will be further explained in future chapters of this course and in future courses. Opportunity cost. Simply put, opportunity cost is the difference in return between the selected choice and the passed upon opportunity. For example, a farmer is planning crops for the upcoming season. He must decide whether he's going to plant corn or soybeans. There are many known and unknown variables for the farmer to evaluate when deciding which crop to plant. If he knew all the variables, the decision would be easy. However, unknown factors will affect the outcome of his decision. Let's say the farmer decides to plant corn, only to realize after harvest that the soybean industry has a higher return. The opportunity cost is the difference between what the farmer actually earned from the sale of his corn and what he could have earned had he planted soybeans.